I just escaped from a gay conversion camp. I'm about to expose the horrifying secrets they're hiding. I always knew I was different, but I spent my life pretending otherwise. Growing up in a conservative Muslim household, I understood that being gay wasn't just frowned upon. It was unacceptable. I prayed, I denied, I tried to change. But when I finally got a boyfriend at 18, I realized I couldn't keep lying to myself. I thought I was being careful, but when my mom walked in on us, I knew it was over. She didn't scream or cry, just turned and walked away. My boyfriend fled, but I stayed frozen, dreading what came next. Dinner was silent. My parents stared at me across the table. "You betrayed us," my mother finally said. I tried to explain, to apologize, but nothing I said mattered. "If you're so sorry, then leave," she said. I locked myself in my room for 2 days, barely eating or sleeping. But on the third night, everything changed. I woke up to my door slamming open. 2 men stormed in, their faces obscured by the dark. Before I could react, a needle plunged into my arm. My body went limp, and the world faded. The camp. I woke up in the back of a van, wrists zip-tied, head pounding. The only light came from a crack in the door. My fingers brushed against a slip of paper tucked into a box. The Rainbow Resilience Retreat. Gay conversion camp. My stomach dropped. Hours later, the van stopped. The men dragged me out and led me down a forest path. A massive wooden building appeared, like something out of a summer camp brochure, but I knew better. At the entrance, a woman smiled at me. "Welcome, Tanner. I'm Ashley, one of the counselors." By dinner, I had met a few others and was starting to think maybe this place wouldn't be as bad as I feared. That thought was short-lived. Halfway through the meal, I felt an unnatural drowsiness creeping in. My limbs grew heavy. They had drugged us. I barely made it to my bunk before passing out. The first test, a metallic clink woke me. My wrists felt strange, restricted. I tried to move, but something cold dug into my skin. Handcuffs. Confused murmurs filled the room as the others woke to the same realization. Fear settled over us. The cabin door swung open. Ashley strolled in. "Good morning. Time for your first test." A large man followed behind her, smirking. Ashley pulled out a red-hot cattle prod. "This is simple," she said. "You pass if you don't look." The man began undressing. The boy in the first bed clenched his eyes shut, but Ashley grabbed his face, forcing them open. The second he saw, she grinned. "That's a fail." She jammed the cattle prod between his legs. His muffled screams filled the room. One by one, they tested us. If we looked, we suffered. By the time they reached me, I locked my gaze on the ceiling, refusing to react. Somehow, I passed. 3 others weren't as lucky. Ashley wiped her hands. "Well, that was fun. See you in a few days." A boy whimpered. "Can I use the bathroom?" Ashley smiled. "No one's stopping you." He begged to be let out. When he finally lost control, she simply laughed. "Pigs live in their own filth. Why should you be any different?" I wanted to cry. I wanted to be surprised my mother had done this, but I just felt numb. The escape. The next morning, Ashley returned with 3 men. "Shower time," she chirped. "This was our chance. If they unlocked us, we could run." But then she pulled a gun. "Try escaping," she said. "I dare you." I lost hope, but not for long. Once they released us, I caught the eyes of the others. We had 1 shot. If we all ran, they couldn't stop us all. The moment we stepped outside, I bolted. Chaos erupted. Shouts, screams, gunfire. I didn't stop. Jamie ran beside me, his breath ragged. We spotted a barbed wire fence with a weak spot. Jamie dropped to his knees, forming a platform with his hands. "Go," he whispered. "Save the rest of us." Tears burned my eye. I scrambled up, barbs tearing into my skin. I hit the ground on the other side, pain searing through me. I turned once. Jamie was being dragged away. 2 others lay motionless on the ground. I ran. Now it's been 3 days. I've been walking, hiding, searching for help. If you're reading this, it means I made it, but I know this camp isn't the only one out there, and I know they won't stop looking for me.